Hello, welcome to JupiterAudiobooks.com. I hope you enjoy this audio. Remember that you can find this and many other complete novels visiting our official website, JupiterAudiobooks.com. Get comfortable and enjoy the narration.
Prologue invitation today, we would like to give to those who have a deep passionate of Sphaya game. First of all, we're sorry for the sudden message. We deeply apologize. However, instead of that, if you accepted this imprudence, I hope you will read it to the end. Okay? This time, we will deploy a new game as thanks to you all. Its name is Selector of 7th Role SSR. Hero, Demon King, Revolutionary Judge, Executioner, Tracker, Priest. There will be a battle royal of 7 player with different role. As the role of player, you must aim for the winning condition set up for each role, or aim at a different winning condition. Now, the detailed explanation will be saved for later guide. We will mention about things that you need to notice first. First, this game will be a little different than Ura-game. The reward will be there, but it will be a very interesting one. Second, in this game you must have eligibility to participate. As IVE mentioned, the needed amount of people needed to deploy SSR is exactly 7 people. Couldn't be more and couldn't be less. If there was too much people, there would be a random selection from these players, the different in strength of too much, then probably no one could enjoy it anymore, right? Therefore this time it was set up with another harsher condition. However, please rest assured. If you had received this message, that has the same meaning as you have owned your eligibility to participate. I hope you could display all of your ability when you re-in my game, and one final thing we all know, I, from the bottom of my heart, hope that you will participate. Will you? I'd be very happy if this wish was fulfilled. Chapter 1. Will you participate in SSR? Tarumi Yuunagi. Hey, after school today let us go karaoke with us. Karaoke? Lunch break. After 4th period ended, the class started being filled with lively atmosphere. I had to reluctantly answer while trying to keep distance from the friends in class to come to start a conversation. Nah, I won't be going. It is annoying, beside I don't know how to sing don't say that. Tomorrow is break day, right? If you don't go playing, then it'd be a waste. Moreover, your little girlfriend also goes too. Hey, what are you saying? I don't remember when I became Nagi girlfriend. Oh, is that so? I see. Then you must be number 2 san, right? ID, idiot. Not that. There is no number 2 here. What are you looking at, Yuunagi? Why are you glaring at me? Being shaken by the girl whose name may be Kurakawa or something. The one who looked at me and being angry was Yukaina. Sasahara Yukaina. Someone who received a big prize from the school beauty contest last year, someone who was loved in class and also my childhood friend. While waving her neat shoulder-long hair, she became invisibly sulking. No matter how I looked at it, I was not involved. I could never understand that illogical mode of Yukaina. Then I'd just ignore her. Though girlfriend. Or number 2 san. Those simple words but didn't fit with the age of high school student which were spit out. Of course it had its reason. And the reason for it was HMP. Amu, Hafu. Delicious. The one who was sitting next to me, a Bishujo with untainted silver hair who was eating pancake happily, it was Harukaze. While chatting with Yukaina, suddenly Kurahashi, or was it Kurakawa, stared at her face and said, any? What is it, Kurano-san? Oh, it was Kurano. No? It was that I think Harukaze-chan is truly really cute. Actually, I could not think we are the same species. If I said you are the life of this earth, I'll believe it right away. Oh. Don't praise me. I am very embarrassed. This embarrassed expression. Its attack power is so scary. Suddenly lying face down and pressed her chest against the table. An extremely redundant action from Kurano, but maybe she was just wanting to escape that mascot-like cuteness of Harukaze. Anyway, to be precise, only because Harukaze was not human that she could make such expression. Ura-game, which was held 3 months ago, or could be said that the victory prize in ROC was this body of her, one of the special AI called Cyberbrain Shinki. Of course, friends in my class completely didn't know about this. About the name Harukaze, maybe everyone thought it was a nickname from her real name Kumoi Haruka. Beside, that utterly cute appearance just in a short amount of time had shook the whole school. She only had just entered school for a week, but she had a huge fan club, group of bodyguard, cheerleading squad, protector rising up like mushroom. And, because Harukaze was a friendly human, so seemed like she could start a conversation with anyone. In short, she hadn't been becoming attached to me thanks to her bright, light-hearted personality. In short, this was an alarming situation. Oh no, it was true that I had to work hard, done everything to save Harukaze when she was in Arosi. I still remember the scene of how much she was touched and happy when she stepped into the classroom. But Yuunagi-san, what is it, Harukaze? Look. It seems there re 2 layers of cream in this cake. Ah, right. It is cream to put on the cake and egg cream. Many people doesn't like cream pancake, but because it is cream pancake so it is delicious. Fuwa, you rewrite. Its sweetness is so great. Ihia, Yuunagi-san, do you want a bite? And just like that she smiled innocently and brightly. After that Harukaze tore a big piece of the cake and gave it to me. At the same time, the atmosphere in class seemed like it had frozen. To Harukaze it was a very normal and natural action, but everyone in class was being angry and jealous more than ever. I couldn't be comfortable when being the center of attention like this. This was completely different with the rejection from before. It was not hostility or malicious intent, it was simply friendliness mixed with mischievous. Therefore, recently I could talk and answer in a joking way with everyone in class. The me in this rumor, I think, would readily bite the piece of cake Harukaze was holding out. In a moment, my lips touched Harukaze's finger, but I didn't care about it and took a bite just like that. It is delicious, right, see. Yuunagi. However, seemed like when Harukaze blushed and hugged her index finger placed on her chest, one powerful wave as if blew away all the reason in the boy's mind in class. Everywhere the sounds of tumbling chair resounded, everyone was having a jealous aura as if they wanted to finish me. Damn, because feeling dangerous I stood up. Leaving Harukaze with a dumbfounded face, I ran straight to the corridor. But right before that I heard the story which Yukaina and Kurano were talking about in the back of the class. Then really what are you plan on doing, Yukaina? About Harukaze-chan, how then? It is nothing special. Sometimes I think don't tell me my opponent appeared, sometimes I don't, and then I think so. As expected I could only see her as an opponent, but you worried like what I thought. But what? How should I put it, not mentioning that problem then? In the contrary, I really love Harukaze-chan. She is really cute. Currently she lives near my house. She is so cute that I couldn't refuse her. Ah, I have picture of her sleeping face, want to see it? Don't say in a vague way. Moo, why are you only talk about negative things today? Forget it. Then we not invite him to karaoke anymore. Let us make a Ryaju blast. We party just like those single way. What negative things? Wasn't you saying that first? Hey! I was saved by Yukaina's tale. Therefore it seemed today I didn't have to go karaoke. The scorching light of autumn after school. I follow Yukaina and Harukaze on my way home. We 3 all had the same destination on that small road. About the topic before, right now Harukaze was living alone in an apartment opposite to Yukaina's house. At the same time, paper related to school and household address, it seemed the game master of Arosi Tendo Byakuya had prepared for her. Always keep his words and very honest, as expected he had prepared very thoroughly. However, leaving alone for her seemed a bit difficult. For normal people, maybe no one could understand what Tendo was thinking in his head. It was very hard to explain in words. Living independent for a high school student normally was very hard. Not only that, from the start till now Harukaze was always in game, therefore she completely had no experience or the ability to live at all. On the first day she burned to a crisp while cooking. On the second day she made the water in the washing machine spill out. On the third day she tied herself with the vacuum. Because they had been too used to those scenes, my mother and Yakaina had usually took turn to come to Harukaze's house and helped her. Yuunagi-san, what's the matter? Maybe on my face there was a wry smile. It's nothing. After answering Harukaze, who was looking at me curiously, I cleared my throat and switched the subject. Ehem. How's it going, Harukaze? Have you used to the real world yet? Ah, yes. Harukaze, who was walking right next to me, bloomed a smile on her face. It's very fun. Everyone is being kind with me. I don't wanna forget these beautiful memories, as if every day there is happiness. I've discovered a lot of interesting things? Is that so? That's good. And that discovery, what is it particularly? It everything, is what I want to say, but right. Yuunagi-san, there is something I found yesterday. Human while sleeping could still talking? Actually yesterday, because I couldn't sleep, I came to Yukina-san's room. Yukina-san at that time suddenly hugged me and murmured Nagi-wa, Harukaze-chan, things like that. Please don't say it out. Don't. Okay. If Yukina-san had said so, I'll stop here. Yakaina pulled herself back, face blushed red. She had been shaken by Harukaze's words. Because sensing something fishy, I looked at Yakaina. Her round big light brown eyes, seeing me for a second, had immediately turned away. Maybe she had dreamed something about me. If so, it'd be embarrassing when told. While trying to evade Yakaina's subtle look, suddenly the phone in my pocket vibrated. It vibrated twice and then stopped. I didn't remember I'd set the alarm in the afternoon like this. Then it could only be message noticing about something. Was it from the small amount of friends I had, or it was an event notice from a social game, or was it app advertising? Well, no matter what it was, I'd kill some time until Yakaina had calmed down. I thought so and pulled out my cell phone. It was not advertisement but a normal message? Though, what's with this address? It completely didn't show up? While frowning, I tapped the message. At first I thought I looked wrongly, but after confirming it again and again, the sender bar still only showed a line unknown. And the title was only writing one simple words: invitation. Unable to block. In the recent 3 months, because I didn't want to have anything to do with them, I forgot it all. After finished reading the words in the message, the absent-minded feeling I had was completely blown away. Today, we would like to send to those with deep passion for Sphia's game. It was an announcement for a Ura-game I see. It was the reason why the sender message information only showed unknown. Ura-game. The game that the Sphia's Corporation was still holding unofficially, an illegal backdoor game. Naming the magician Magus, owning an occult technique, the dark side of this super big corporation was still developed and hiding the super advanced game technology. Simply put, every rumor was treated as an urban legend. However, I knew of its truth. Well, that was of course because I myself had to join Ura-game for 2 times. Therefore, I also understood the dangerous and evil nature of Sphia, but maybe the information I got was only a small amount of it. Nah, Nagi? Hey Yuunagi. What's with that picture? It looked scary. Since who knew when, Yakaina had stared into my phone screen and pointed in scared. That was because the message had a picture attached. A cute doll lying on the ground and had its limb and neck removed cruelly, a picture that gave a creepy feeling. Even though it was a little weird, I know, it was because that abnormal hobby that the picturesque creepiness was enhanced. It looked a lot like human, as if unrecognizable, but it was not human, it was a puppet. A toy. Right. They were referring to the cyber brain Shinki. To suppress my suddenly heated up body, I put my hand behind my neck and sunk into thought. Invitation. Sphia. A vague picture. And there was a file attached with title to Dear Tarumi Yuunagi-kun. If I connected all the details, then wasn't this kind of forcing me to participate? However, even though I said so, but because Harukaze had stayed in the real world, I don't need to interfere anymore. No, not right, not right. Not only Harukaze. If she was Cyberbrain Shinki code number 5, there was at least 4 more. And of course, those puppets girls were right now in the hand of Sphaya. That then, it'd be like that, huh? If I didn't participate in this game, other than Harukaze, the other cyberbrain Shinki would be destroyed? Damn, what the heck is this? I don't understand. What are they planning? I said in a shaken tone. Right. Calm down, Tarumi Yuunagi. The game this time was different than the Ura-game that I had to participate in to save Yukaina. It was different than ROC, which I had been sucked in. Moreover, I didn't know anything about their problem. It was true that I was a little annoyed when I read this message, but even so I had no reason to join those disgusting games to save the AI girls that I didn't know of. However, at the same time, a breath with heavy feeling right next to me as if slamming into my eardrums. It was Harukaze. Maybe she saw the screen phone. Her big blue eyes was staring with insecure, her small hands clenched. What are you doing, me? For a moment I couldn't speak. It was true, I could hardly refuse this invitation. Even so, surely Harukaze would feel very sad if she read them. Therefore, really. These kind of gyro manga looks rather real. Right while pointing at the phone, I changed the subject. Yukaina opened her big eyes, showing her surprise. Huh? What manga, what do you mean? It was this picture. It seemed to be a key visual of some new manga that was about to be released periodically. Even though its content is dark, but how to say it, all in all it still could sail only so? If so you should say from the start. Rarely I see Nagi making a serious face, so I was a bit worried though. What happened, Nagi? Why did you suddenly hold your head? No. Because stupid Yukaina always being dumb and did some trivial work that I felt a little depressed. You called me stupid. That does it. Hey Nagi, isn't it that when a cute, weak childhood friend stayed beside you and becomes scared, you as the role of a boy must become cool and appease me? Even so you only bad-mouthing me. Why are you looking at me and sigh? Hey. I'll sue you and make you compensate. Since when I am a member in your family I don't know. When I notice I've considered that man as part of my family. You. Nagi, you stupid. You evil. Nay, Harukaze-chan also thinks so too, right? You right. Sometimes I really think so too. Suddenly being yelled at by Yukaina, Harukaze, who was walking next to me, smiled wryly. By some means, the air around us had become lively, full of Yukaina's color. About the background of Harukaze until now Yukaina still didn't know anything. Therefore, surely she could never guess whatever that was going to have connection with this male. Even so, as if she'd seen Harukaze's expression and forced herself to put on a player, into a role of a funny character. Actually, I was a little appreciated. Thank you? What did you say? Sorry, I couldn't hear it. No, I was just wondering, did you compress your chest? Compress your head. Idiot. Suddenly I blurted out, so it was kind of embarrassing. For now let us just play dumb. After having dinner, I returned to my room and lied flat down on the bed. Laying with the position of face up against the roof, I took out the cell phone. Because I was still bothered by it, I had to check again. The notice of Ura-game. Invitation. While reading it in my head, I scrolled the screen with my right hand finger. After repeating those meaningless actions, I murmured as if ridiculing myself. Let us try debating about this seriously. For example, if this was Harukaze. If Harukaze was being taken again by Sphaya, then, no need to say anything, I'd definitely join Ura-game. I also didn't need to hide this anymore. If she was kidnapped I couldn't freely sitting here thinking. It just that, talking with an AI who I didn't know what had a lot of problems. As this unclear vague feeling, or if I by any chance angered her, even though deep within me would feel tormented, but retreat would seem to be a wise choice. Treat it as I've seen nothing. Deciding like that, slowly I closed my eyes. However, at that moment, knock knock, suddenly sound of door knocking resounded. No. Yuunagi-san. Sorry for disturbing you at this late hour, but can I come in? The one who just spoke up was Harukaze. Itu, thing is, thank you for before. It seemed you worried for me. Gently sitting on my bed, after that Harukaze looked down and said. Seemed like she had just taken a bath, therefore she was only wearing a woolen coat on her sleepwear, a simple appearance. That blue eyes hidden behind that attractive silver hair was shyly looking up at me. Itu, Yuunagi-san? It's nothing ehem. What did you just say again? It's that message. Didn't you change the subject and made up a story about some manga, right? It was not exactly because of you. It's just if Yakina were being involved it'd be troublesome. No matter what the reason, I was being very happy? Is that so? For a moment I had to turn my face away when I saw Harukaze making that tilted head pose next to me. As always, anyone would become embarrassed before her bright, innocent and naive voice of her. Because I had to answer Riley, our talk became delayed. Seeing me staying silent after that pathetic excuse, Harukaze slowly opened her mouth. That illustration, it was a cyberbrain shinki, right? 99% it is so. Even the file attached mentioned my name, therefore the appearance of that picture was not completely coincidence. Maybe, this was a blackmail meant for me. Blackmail, then, it was meant to make Yuunagi-san feel troubled. That's right. However, because I was the one who completed ROC, so anyways I'd be aimed at, really, using cyberbrain shinki as hostage, I don't understand what those Sphaya are thinking. Harukaze also spoke up with her cute voice as if synchronizing with those curse words in my anger. With her hesitated, as if waiting for something. Even so. In a blink her face had showed readiness. After fixing her breath, she put her hands on her chest and started talking. Hey, Yuunagi-san. Harukaze is one of the most advanced cyberbrain shinki. No, not that. I wasn't being prideful or anything. About the most advanced, isn't at the later born also considered so. That is correct. If so, then I am the youngest sister. The only youngest sister in AI generation. So no matter how much sister I have. But they all are in the hands of Sphaya. Everyone is trapped there. Yuunagi-san. Actually I came because I had something to ask of you. No, saying I had something to ask, but actually, maybe it was just my selfishness suddenly stopping her words. After that Harukaze looked at me, her eyes looked up with full of complexity. A style that had to be said very attractive. Her twinkling eyes with tears, trembling lips, her breath also went rougher, and then. Please. Save my sister. That selfishness had made her hesitate a bit before saying it out. Please. I beg of you. Please save her. Maybe Wani-chan will be treated even crueler than me, so could you save her? Harukaze muttered while pressing her head into my chest. A wanting action as if it belonged to a child. Because she was the type of people that like to be spoiled, therefore there was no ulterior move here. While looking at her like that, I only stealthily sighed. I had predicted it'd turn out like this. From the start, Harukaze was someone who made up of positive. Therefore, there was no way she wouldn't mind when seeing that message. No way she wouldn't be shaken when she saw her sisters were being treated like she had been. The guilty feeling would follow her if I didn't extend my hands and helped. I slowly extended my right hand and pat her head. That's silky smooth silver-haired. As if a light scene of orange faintly tickled my nose. When turning her face up, her eyes matched mine through her blue pupils beneath her hair. Those clear eyes were staring at me in silent. A powerful eyes as if determined that, no matter what happened, I had to do something. As expected, I could never refuse the selfishness of Harukaze. Can be helped, right? Harukaze sit up straight when she heard me murmured in a small voice. Yuunagi-san, just now. Did I mishear it? Unfortunately you didn't mishear it. How? Is that so? I am sorry, no, like I said, really. I know, so I'll help. If you said it, there's no other way. I'll accept Sphaya invitation as the winner in ROC, it's the duty of the player who is aimed at. Is that alright? Wah! Thanks a lot, Yuunagi-san. Hey, because I couldn't hold Harukaze who jumped and hugged me, I fell flat on the bed. Being constantly attacked by the sweet scent and skin contact, my sense was almost completely paralyzed. Maybe my face right now was beet red. While turning away in embarrassment, I looked for some subject to talk. But anyway, it's like that, so could you give me another higher reason? Like saving or helping, that's alright, but it has the feeling of passive and negative somewhat. I want a more sure and realistic reason, Harukaze closed her eyes and thought. A moment later she stood up and answered with a smile on her face. Then, Yuunagi-san. I want to save One-chan. I really want to save her. Another sister of mine too. They all being held by Sphaya. We will take them back together. Steal our One-chan back together. Understood. Let us do it, I smiled wryly when looking at Harukaze, who was holding her fist up with a bright expression while yelling EEOO. Steal someone who I didn't know, even though the way she said was a little extreme, but in the end it was something worth doing. Until the first login after the invitation. Time remaining is 382 minutes, although there is still lot of time, but thanks for participating, Tarumi Yuunagi-sama. Because my job had been stripped away, so feel free to enjoy the game and just skip the tutorial. First of all, let us arrange these situation first. I accepted the selfishness of Harukaze and joined the game, then I opened the message again. While tapping the link at the last line, suddenly a website with time counting down appeared. That web seemed like the DL page of login app. A while later, there was new icon added to the main screen of my phone. Everything was going smoothly. Right when I clicked that icon, my vision suddenly changed. I was moved to some mysterious space. Because I had experience in ROC, I could somewhat understood what was happening. When I just logged in, I was welcomed by a woman who was sitting in the air. Illogically, no matter how I thought about it, I couldn't understand the scene entering my eyes. Ha! It seems Tarumi-sama is a little slow? While putting her glasses up, she spilt out those strong words mischievously. It was at this moment that I realized it was her. The woman who played the role of that cold-blooded librarian in ROC. No wonder she seemed familiar. That attitude without any emotion. While trying to keep myself down and act natural, I turned my eyes and looked around. A mysterious space. It looked like a sphere. Theater, though, was saying that correctly. It didn't have horizontal space, even beneath my feet and above my head. In other words, it was like a screen that could rotate 360 degrees. However, that screen didn't reflect anything. The part which was letting out a green light connected directly to the screen, as if piercing through the somewhat dark and mysterious space. Though Harukaze wasn't here. She couldn't log in. Of course. Surely it was written in the invitation letter. By any chance Tarumi-sama was illiterate? If so, then it's a little hard. I could only speak 8 languages, no just speak your mother tongue. I am a full-fledged Japanese, So, what else with that invitation? It's eligibility to participate Ura-game held by Sphaya. This time we are gathering all potential player. And, only the player with certain achievement in our data could participate. If you were not the chosen one, you could not participate. It's the rule. Is that so? Therefore Harukaze couldn't participate, you can refuse. On the contrary, with someone who had a lot of experience clearing twice as Tarumi-sama, you could rest assured. In this time tournament all the participants are all seated. Good for you, even though it was not much, but you will have certain advantages. The one who could cover many of your shortcomings someday will appear. Why suddenly was I encouraged? Moreover, what shortcomings that you repeated 3 times you like to cross-dress tea? That's not my hobby. Unbelievable. Wasn't it because you guys forced me? Like the switching in ROC, for example. There, I am sorry for my impoliteness. Tarumi-sama, are you really angry? No. I don't need it. As expected of Tarumi-sama, the one who forced the 3rd department of Sphaya into the exterminated situation, you are so generous. No, you don't like it? By any chance you hate me? Yufufu librarian, it was her role in ROC. If I asked her now, it'd be annoying, So maybe I'd call her like that. Not only she didn't answer my question, but she smiled elegantly as if trying to keep it down. As expected of subordinate of Tendo by Akuya, one of
Only the first half hour is uploaded to YouTube. The transcription was generated with Whisper and censored using Google AI to comply with the platform. This project is completely free at free.jupiteraudiobooks.com, where we upload complete projects and you can make free requests. If you prefer an ad-free experience, want to listen to exclusive novels, or need your requests processed much faster, visit our premium version at jupiteraudiobooks.com. Also, we have a PDF library at euronovels.bokuboi.com. We hope you enjoy it.